Hello everyone, it's Melinda here with CatSmashPuzzles, and today I'm doing a special puzzle that I picked up from my European cruise back in November. This is a puzzle I picked up in Marseille, France, which was one of our stops on our cruise, and I picked up about 3 or 4 puzzles from this store, and I immediately recognized this one. It is in French, and so I'm probably just going to say it really wrong, and I do apologize. I'm going to try my best. Poiskaii Arsensiel. Probably very wrong, and I apologize. But I think it means rainbow fish, and so I kind of was like, when I saw this puzzle, it took me a second, but I realized I recognized it from somewhere. And this puzzle was one of the puzzles that Wiktor and Karen Puzzles did in their 24-hour marathon in France, and she has published a video on that. But this puzzle is what they did as a pair in the middle of the night, and from what I remembered, it was very difficult for them. So I rewatched the video and I realized this took them 49 minutes and 16 seconds. And if you don't know who Wiktor is, he was the second place puzzler in the World's Championship this past year, and so he's incredibly fast. He did the Paris postcard puzzle in 22 minutes, which is 500 pieces, which is incredibly fast. So he is one of the fastest puzzlers in the world, and Karen Puzzles is also pretty quick on her own. So combined their speed, they did this puzzle just under 50 minutes, which means this is a very difficult puzzle. To be fair to them, they were in the middle of a 24-hour puzzle marathon where you do puzzles for 24 hours as a team, usually a team of 4 to 6, and then you each take a turn here and there, switch some shifts while you're doing the whole marathon. And so they were doing that in the middle of that, and they were also doing it in the middle of the night. So they had some things going against them. They were probably fatigued. And so I'm not, I think they could have been a little faster on this if they hadn't been, overwhelmed with everything else going on. But ultimately, I do think this puzzle was very difficult. And so I looked on myspeedpuzzling.com to see if it was just maybe a fluke that they just were tired and they just couldn't do this puzzle in a quicker time. But I looked, all of its French puzzlers, so the fastest time I saw was 1 hour and 16 minutes by themselves. The fastest pair was probably about the 50-minute mark, and the fastest team was 31 minutes. So 4 people doing this puzzle still took over 30 minutes, which is kind of slow for a team. A team should be under 20 minutes, 25 especially. So what does that mean for my goals? Now, do I think I can beat Wiktor and Karen's time? Very much likely not, because here's the thing. I am not very good at gradients. It's not my strength. And I mean, unless the pick and place goes for me here, I'm probably going to be at about 1.5 hours. That's where I'm suspecting I'm going to land with this puzzle. But I'm going to try to just stick with the general goal of under the hour. If I can be under 1 hour on this puzzle, that will be outstanding. But something tells me I'm going to be about 1.5 hours. I don't want another 2-hour puzzle. I think that's going to be hard. But I do think I'll be faster at this one than the Peacock one, which took me 1 hour and 45 minutes. I think there's enough different colors, enough to distinguish. So that's going to be my goal. Try to stay under the hour. But we'll see. This is going to be a very difficult puzzle, and I'm very happy that I managed to pick it up in France, because I do not believe this is on sale in the US, and if it is, it's expensive for shipping purposes. So, rainbow fish, and the brand is called Nathan. It's a French brand, and 500 pieces. Can I beat Wiktor and Karen's time? Let's find out. Let's smash it. This was Rainbow Fish by Nathan, 500 pieces. And as I kind of pretty much predicted, it took me about an hour and a half for this puzzle. So I completed this in an hour 28:30. And yeah, it was difficult. It was not exactly a gradient. Each fish was very distinct in color and style and design. But the way kind of how pixels just kind of merge together and create a picture, that's kind of what these here guys are doing regarding like the gradient rainbow. They've kind of have different colors everywhere, but enough to merge into a rainbow style gradient in the main picture. So yeah, it was hard. I really did start pretty slow. I honestly, the border took me a little bit longer than normal, but once I kind of got the red and orange going, it had a good pace, I think, towards the end. I do think that the blue was the hardest section for me. It's the one I waited till to the end. I was a little worried about the red and pink on one side and kind of the purplish pink on the other, but there was enough distinction to where it didn't complicate things too much. But yeah, definitely a harder puzzle. And I did not beat Karen and Victor's time of 49 minutes. I had no grandeur about doing that, but, you know, would have been nice to be under the hour at least. But afraid this puzzle is one of those puzzles where even the super fast people will have to be over the hour. There are puzzles just like that, and so if a normal puzzler does this, you know, if they try to speed it anyway, they're probably in the 2 to 3 hour range. So I'm not too upset that I got this under the hour and a half. But, you know, it was a good challenge, good practice for my gradient type style puzzles, very detailed. You know, something to practice on, because after nationals there was a puzzle that we did, the Paris final, where I basically wasn't probably doing the best I could in regards to details. I'm neglecting looking at the picture a little bit, and this one you had to figure out where certain fishes were. And so I really did kind of try to use the picture. I didn't at the beginning, which was a mistake. I really needed to use it in order to put these pieces in the right spot. So yeah, this was quite a fun one to do though. I really did enjoy it. I think it would have been a good casual puzzle for sure. So very happy that I got hold of this in France. I have a couple more puzzles that I got from Europe. So I'll be doing those periodically around. There is a puzzle that I may not do for speed because it's just too much blue. I think it was the dragon one that I showed you. But otherwise, I think this is the one I really wanted to do for speed and just try to see how I compared to Karen and Victor's time and just kind of see where I placed regarding, you know, speedpuzzling.com. I think 1 or 2 people are ahead of me, but everybody else is over an hour and a half. So, you know what? Not too bad for this puzzle, but didn't quite get the goal of an hour. So, we did not smash it today. Thanks so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I will see y'all next time. Bye-bye.